a regular Jew,
No.
assuming the temple is constructed, can go into the temple courtyard and stand in the temple courtyard.
יכול להגיע לאלול, ליד
המזבח, yeah, they used to do it. It says, what does it say in Yoma? It says when the Kohen Gadol would show up on holidays to do the service in the temple courtyard, when Kohen Gadol shows up first thing in the morning, the Azar is already full of Israelites. Now, this is something I was showing a friend of mine. You learn that Gemara in Sukkah. It talks about Lulav and Esrog. It talks about how they would proceed around the Mizbeach with their Lulavim. Yeah. And Rashi and Tosfos assume that regular Jews didn't do this procession because regular Jews cannot enter the west side of the temple courtyard. The west side of the altar is what's between the altar and the temple edifice, the Heichal. And it says that Jews aren't supposed to go there. And the way Rashi and Tosfos understand it, no exceptions. So, of course, on Sukkot, when they do this procession with the Lulav and Esrog, regular Jews didn't do a complete circuit. They couldn't. They couldn't go to the west side of the altar. And so, too, when they did the mitzvah of Arava, regular Jews did not proceed around the altar with the Arava. It was only Kohanim. That's how Rashi and Tosfos understand the Gemara. But the Rambam says, and we pointed out the way he understands the Perishim Mishnayos, and also in Hilchos Beis Bechira and other places, Rav Kapach points this out many times. The Rambam says that Baal Mum and a Kohen who's not wearing the proper garments cannot go in the west side of the altar, but a regular Jew can if he has a tzorech.
Wow.
Regular Jews go there l'fiyat tzorech, tzorech mitzvah, and that's what the Rambam holds. And that's why, according to the Rambam, regular Jews on Sukkot did a complete 360 procession around the altar with their lulav and esrog, and also with their arava. When it came time every day, the tilas arava, pick up an arava branch and go around. So what does it mean in the Gemara that they didn't make a gzera on aravas in the temple because the Kohanim do it? The gzera was carrying an arava in Rosh Hashanah on Shabbos, maybe. You might come to do that. But it says the Kohanim were the ones who brought a gigantic branch of an arava tree from which they picked. The point is, understand this Gemara, that when it says that the Kohanim were specifically the ones in charge of the arava, it means the Kohanim were the ones who brought the aravas to the temple. And the mitzvah was only done in the temple courtyard, so there's no chashash of violating Shabbos and walking around the arava and Rosh Hashanah. So the Rambam understands that regular Jews were on the west side of the temple courtyard. Wow. So a regular Jew could slaughter, and even then, the point is that there are many. Even if it's not a burnt offering has to be slaughtered on the north side of the altar. A burnt offering is slaughtered on the north side. There's many places where, even according to Rashi and Tosfos, on the north side where a regular Jew can go. So a regular Jew can slaughter his own burnt offering as long as he knows what he's doing, or he appoints someone else to do it.